Yay! Guess what, everybody? It's Feel Easy here. It's the middle of February, and I no longer care to wait another day to get started on my garden. Yes, middle of February. Yes, feet of snow. I'm going to be growing inside in the green room. We're going to get some of our seedlings started today. If this shows up, the big one that I want to start and you want to get in first and early is your onions. I'm also going to put in some lettuce today just because I want to get those going. If they end up doing really well and they grow really big and I still can't put them out in the garden, no big deal. We'll eat them, right? So no big deal. Today, I'm going to take you guys through planting the onions, how I do it simple and easy, how I do it this time of year, and get everything going. So thanks for checking me out. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, the notification bell, and you know it, everyone. Turn that thumb from white to blue. Smash it. Thanks. Let's go. I sometimes get asked what kind of onions or what kind of plants I'm growing. This variety grows really well here. It's specific for my needs, so you may want to try it, but you may also want to consider what are your needs, where do you live, what's going to grow well where you are. Over the years, I've narrowed it down to one variety and one variety only. I'm going to grow a second one as well, just to see. I always like to throw a second crop in, but this one's called is Patterson. Patterson is a long storage onion. Why I really like them is they grow large, they cure well, they store well. We're still eating them even today. We'll eat them all the way up until we run out of them. They're like our garlic. It takes us all the way through the winter, and I love that I can grow something and not have to go to the store and buy that all winter long. Patterson is the one I'm going with this year, as always, every year, but I'm also going to go with Calibra. I've grown this one over the years. I like it. It's a similar one. This one's they're saying is a mild sweet Spanish storage onion. So we're going to get a couple white onions going here. I may or may not consider some purple or red ones. Yeah, I like to grow what grows well and what we eat a lot of. First thing about the onions and why I'm doing this video today is timing. You want to start them early. They're one of those ones that you really do want to get a jump on. You can start them. Some people will start as early as January. For me, yeah, I've done that, but then it turns into a lot of work trying to keep them going, and I don't want to transplant them up, and then they get a little unhealthy, and I'm cutting off the tops, and just not as ideal. So for me, I waited this year. We're going mid-February, but anywhere in February or March is good time to plant your onion seeds, and then we're going to be aiming for transplant out April, May around here. Some people will grow from sets. They're like little bulbs, and for me, I don't like that. It's more expensive. They don't seem to grow as well. I can just grow a lot more of them if I grow them from seed. The other thing to consider is the garden itself, what you're going to be putting those plants into. You want to have well-drained soil, full sun, not too basic, a little bit on the acidic side, 5.5 to 6.5 pH. So I'll show you in a little bit the actual planting of the seeds. I do use the tray. I like to use a tray with cells. I used to use yogurt containers as well. I should have a video on that if you want to check that one out. It's a very economical option. I'm going to give this a try this year just for a little bit more control and to see how it varies. I need my tray, I need my seedling mix, I need my seeds, I need some lights, I need some warmth. The other thing about growing the onions in your garden is to think about not transplanting your transplants and putting them too deep. It's tempting to put them deep so they stand up nice and straight. You want to get them as close to the soil surface as possible. You want that bulb to grow mostly on the outside of or on top of the soil surface, believe it or not. I've got a video, check it out, on spooning your onions for bigger crops. It'll explain a lot of the concepts behind it. When it comes to harvesting your onions, usually you want to stop watering beginning of August. Some people like to push over the tops. Some people wait for half of them to flop over and push over the other half. For me, I'm in a really dry climate. I don't have a lot of risk of rain in the late summer, early fall, so I just let them all flop on their own and be done that way. And then you want to cure your onions though, and there's a process behind that. I'll do a video this summer on it, but basically what you need to know is that you want to have your onions out in the sun for about a week drying. And you want that outside layer of the onion to get all crispy like you'd find when you go to the grocery store. That's what you're aiming for. So there's some different techniques on how to make that happen, different things to think about on how to deal with, oh, what's happening? What if it's raining? That sort of stuff. I'll do another video on that. But for the general high level sort of concepts on onions, you just want to think about, okay, I am going to want to cure these things if I want to be able to use them all season, all the way through the winter. Companion planting with the onions, they repel a lot of pests, so they're a good one to have. I have read, I haven't tried it myself, but some people suggest that planting chamomile or summer savory near your onions will improve their flavor. Hey, if any of you have done this or know about this, please comment below, let us know. Onions will grow well beside beets, carrot, brassicas, dill, leeks, lettuce, strawberries, tomatoes. The ones that they don't get along with, you don't want to plant too nearby, are going to be your peas and your asparagus. So we're going to do a quick planting of our seeds, lettuce and onions, most importantly onions. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to fill up this tray here, 50 cell tray, fill it with seedling starter mix. Let's do a heaping pile and then spread it from there. Nice thing about this starter mix is that it's sterile, it's light and airy or fluffy, and that's an ideal environment for the seedlings to start. So I just keep adding to the center and then I'll spread it out from there. That saves me from spilling a whole bunch of this stuff, wasting. What I've done is I have now put enough of the seedling mix into the tray that I'm able to just smooth it out. I haven't compressed anything yet, I haven't watered anything. I just even it out. Now what I'll do is I will, once we've got it even here, I will go through and I will push down on each cell. So I'm going to go and compress them down. Why I'm doing that is I want it to be light and fluffy, but I don't want it to be so light and fluffy that we have huge air pockets. Because if we have air pockets, that's not good for the roots when they're trying to grow and form. So I just go around, we'll do a quick little, I'm not pressing too hard here, I'm just getting it firmed up more than anything. And what this will also do is it gives us enough space in the top of the tray now to put our seeds in. A quick shake can even it out a bit, or a tap tap tap. Now should have enough space in the top to put the seeds, and then what I'll end up doing is sprinkling another layer over top of this. So I am one of those weirdos that tends to read the instructions a lot, and this is talking about we want to start indoors mid to late winter, transplant into the garden 6 to 8 weeks later in mid-spring. So that's like 2 months from now. So if we're mid-February, mid-March, mid-April, yeah, we'll be getting out there. This is saying, this also gives you an idea of how deep to plant the seed, 1 centimeter or 1/4 to a 1/2 inch deep. Careful when you open up these seed packs, they do quite often make them now where you can reseal them. Onion seeds are quite small. Not the smallest, but they are quite small. So I'll get them out into my hand here. I'm going to start on one side of the tray, and we're going to come down our rows, and we're going to remember which rows we got what in, because we're going to label on the front here so we don't forget later. I'm going to put about 4 Since I don't have if I had just handfuls and handfuls of these, I'd throw a whole bunch in. I'm going to put 4 down for each. I don't know why I started on that cell. That was a bit weird. Should have started on this side. So let's do that again. We now have the tray filled with the seedling mix. We've got it firmed up. We then put the seeds on top. I ended up with 5, 6 roughly onions per cell. Now I'm going to backfill and lay on top the rest of the seedling mix. Press it down slightly. Same idea. Get it to the center and then spread it out to the edges. I've got it kind of heaping here because I want to have that nice layer. I'm going to tap it, let it all settle, and then I'm going to firm the tops again just slightly. Now we're going to label the fronts with the varieties, and I like to put the date as well. And then we're going to water, quite a bit of water in the tray. I'll show you this, check it out. Get rid of the soil out of here because we don't want the soil in the bottom of the tray. We'll reuse all that. So I'll fill this up with a bunch of water, and then I'll let the tray sit in it for a few hours. We'll let it all soak in, but I'll come back and check to make sure that all this water has been absorbed. If it hasn't, then we'll drain off the extra water. You don't want your plants sitting in standing water. That will kill the plants, the roots. That is as simple as it is, guys. We've now got them underneath the lights. We've got them on a timer. 12-hour cycle for the onions. It'll be longer for the other plants, the tomatoes and peppers when I get them started. So that'll be interesting how I balance that. I'll figure that out as I go. Alright, well, thanks for checking me out. There was a short little video on onions. Just wanted to show you what I'm doing right now. Hopefully get some people doing it as well. Please throw down any comments, any questions you have below. I always like to try to answer those. And we'll see you guys next time. Take care till then. Bye.